Hey guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Elaine.
And we are Bible Fanatics.
And today we are going to talk about the rest of Paul's letters.
Oh, Elaine, those were in order.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm just so excited and happy to be back.
You know what, Elaine? I'm happy too. I missed you so much last week. But now, last week we learned about some of Paul's letters that he wrote to the churches that he helped to start, from Rome to Ephesus to Corinth and more. Now, this week we're going to look at the rest of Paul's letters he wrote to his friends.
Most people who still write letters don't write letters to big groups of people. They write them to friends, and Paul was no exception. These letters are a little more personal, some a lot more personal. They teach us more about how we should live as Christians, but they also teach us the value of having good Christian friends and teachers to encourage our faith.
Now, first up are the letters to the Thessalonians. These letters were written to the church at Thessalonica, but they were more personal than the other church letters. The Thessalonians were undergoing some tremendous persecution for their faith. Paul wanted to remind them that Jesus would one day return and that their suffering would end. For the two letters to the Thessalonians, count 1, 2 on one hand, and then make a T with your hands, putting the left hand over the right hand.
The next two letters were written to Timothy, a student of Paul's who became a pastor. These letters are full of advice for young Timothy and pastors today. For these two letters, we'll count 1 and 2 on our fingers and then make a T with our hands again, only this time put the right hand on top.
Now the next letter was written to Titus. Titus was traveling with Paul when he went to the island of Crete and started a new church. Titus stayed to help lead the new church, and Paul wrote this letter of advice to Titus. Let's tie a bow tie in the air with our hands to remember the name Titus.
The last letter is the most personal one of all. Paul wrote this letter to a man named Philemon about a runaway slave that belonged to Philemon. The slave's name was Onesimus, and Paul wanted Philemon to not only forgive his slave for running away, but to welcome him back as a fellow believer. It's a short letter, but it's powerful.
Onesimus was a slave who Christ set free from sin. So, put your wrists together and then break them apart as if breaking the chains of sin. That will help us remember Philemon.
Can you guys review these 6 books with me? Here we go. Count 1 and 2 and make a T for Thessalonians, 1 and 2 and another T for Timothy.
And tie a knot in the air for Titus, then break the chains to remember Philemon.
I'm so proud of you guys. We're so close to the end.
Next week, we'll learn about some more books of the Bible. The last ones. Can you believe it? But until then, keep on practicing. And don't forget, on November 26th, we're going to sing for church. And we're going to have a cocoa and cookie party. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a hooting. And we want to bless the kids that have learned all their books. Now, remember, we've got 39 books of the Old Testament, 27 books of the New, for a total of 66 books of the Bible.
See you guys next week.